The Back to School Week was started as a chance for coaches and athletic staff and the athletic department as a whole to go over and visit Harvard Yard and experience life as a student athlete here in the classroom. We've had a lot of contact with faculty and faculty fellows that are affiliated with our programs that have come over here to our athletic fields and competition sites, and this is a chance to flip the table.
Every time I am starting the class, one of the things that I always tell people is that this is so exciting for me because it actually blends three things that I'm really passionate about. This topic, the psychology of close relationships, the experience of teaching, but the biggest one is actually the relationships that I have with the students. So it's been beyond meaningful to me to have, some of my closest relationships actually have been with student athletes who, come and talk to me after class, emailed me the fact that student athletes brought their coach here. I mean, that was beyond meaningful to me. I was so delighted.
Whether it's leadership, being able to compete and to be able to, be resilient, go through the ups and downs of a season, as well as, be role players, be leaders, all these different parts that you have to play on a sports team that builds your character. And we're in the business of building character here, and it's nice to hear faculty recognize that, and I think that is a hallmark of Harvard athletics.
One of the greatest things about teaching at Harvard is that we have some of the brightest students in the world. I don't know who's an athlete and who's not an athlete except for the fact that they tell me. So when I'm teaching, I don't treat athletes differently. They are really good at understanding the importance of responsibility. If you don't show up to your game, you can't play. So athletes are remarkably good at turning things in on time. I'm not asking for exceptions because I know that in the field, right, on the pool, on the ice, right, you have to show up, otherwise you don't get to score. And so they're very hardworking and very responsible, and when you add to that the amount of hours they spend training, lifting, and doing what they do, it's just remarkable how well they do in the classroom.
I've had a lot of athletes in my classes, and I've really enjoyed them. I know how disciplined they are. Music takes discipline, athletics takes discipline, there's a lot of teamwork in music. Well, I think that being on a team must be something like being in a band, and that means you have to have the overall good of the sound of the ensemble on your priority list. Not everybody's going to be the soloist at every given time, and the soloist often depends on the teamwork of the accompanying musicians, and I see that very much in the way athletes work together.
We take special pride in how we do athletics here at Harvard. I mean, it's in its proper context. It is one part of your education. For other students, it's being in a jazz band. For somebody else, it's being an editor of the Crimson, and it's theater groups and improv troops, and I mean, geez, you name it, they have it here. So we kind of fit into that model, and I think that in its proper context, I think there's something special about it.
I see athletics, varsity athletics, and the dedication and the discipline and the time commitment involved as integral to academics. What I do as a teacher and a writer is fundamentally a craft that requires a lot of repetition, immense immersion into the subject, complete dedication, huge time commitment, and that's what every athlete experiences in their craft as well. And so the ability to become a Harvard varsity athlete in many respects coincides with the ability to become a scholar.